to another video on the channel. In today's video, I'll be going over my 2023 AFL season predictions. So I'll be going over my ladder predictions and my awards. So sorry for the lack of uploads recently. Haven't had any motivation whatsoever, but we're back. Feels a bit different filming again, but anyways, let's get straight into it. So like, subscribe, and we'll get into the video. So I'll start with my ladder. In 18th, I do have Hawthorn. Now, I think Hawthorn, they're an up-and-coming side, but I'm pretty sure like 6 of their 8 players in their leadership group or something like that all left in the 2022 trade period and stuff. So they're a very young team. They haven't got much talent at the moment, to be honest. I don't think they can do much this year with the list that they've got, and I don't even think Sam Mitchell is the right man for them. So I've got them in 18th. In 17th, I have the Giants. The Giants, I mainly have them because they had such a poor season last year and they just looked like they were starting to get even worse, and they didn't have the greatest trade period either. They lost Bobby Hill and some others, so I don't think they do have Aaron Cadman, which will be a good pick for them, but I don't see the Giants doing much damage this year. They do have a new coach, which hopefully can be pretty good for them, but I don't see them doing too much in this year. So yeah, and then in 16th, I have West Coast. Obviously, you can't have them. You can't have them, what am I trying to say, too high up, but you can't have them too low either. So I have put West Coast in 16th. Obviously, not a great team, and a pretty young team now that some of their old players are starting to retire. Now, in 15th, I have North. Even though they have got Alistair Clarkson, I don't think they will be able to do too much damage this year. I think they are a good up-and-coming side. They did have a pretty good trade period, but I don't see North doing too much damage. They should stay in the bottom 4. Then in 14th, I have Adelaide. I think Adelaide have the potential to be a good side this year, but I just don't think they're quite ready for it. They have some nice players. I think Rory Sloane's no longer the captain. I'm not sure who it is, but they have some nice players, so they could do some damage, but I just don't see them being that great this year, that powerful, but hopefully it could be a decent season for the Crows. In 13th, I have the Bombers, obviously coming off a just disgraceful season last year. I don't see them doing too much this year. New coach, not the greatest list, so I don't see them being able to do too much. In 12th, I have St Kilda. This list just lacks a lot of talent, to be honest. They're pretty lucky to be 12th, I'm pretty sure, I reckon, because they don't have much talent at all. They've got a new coach, Ross Lyon. He will be a pretty decent coach, but I don't see the Saints getting near to making finals this year. My uncle, he's so stupid, he's decided to make a bet with me where if they make the 8, I give him $10. If not, he gives me $10. So I basically just won $10 there. And then in 11th, I've got the Bulldogs. Now, I don't see the Bulldogs doing much damage this year, to be honest. I don't think they deserved to make the 8 last year. They have a great list, but I just don't think that they're going to be able to do much damage in 2023. But yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one, but I do have the Dogs in 11th, missing out on the 8. Then another controversial one in 10th, I have the Fremantle Dockers. After I think they finished 5th last year, I don't see them doing that well this year. The Dockers, they had a terrible trade period, and I just think their game style is a little bit boring, and I think the top teams will be able to take advantage of that. So I do have Freo in 10th. I don't think that they will be the best team this year. Then in 9th, just missing out on the finals. I hate to say it, but I have the Gold Coast Suns. I really want them to make it, but I just don't think they're quite ready. But they will have a very good year, the Suns. They have some great players, Took Miller, Matt Rowell, and I think they got a player in the draft. Oh wait, no they didn't. They lost Isaac Rankin, which kind of sucks. They didn't have the greatest draft, but I just still think that this side could be something special in 2023, but I don't think they can quite make the 8. In 8th, I do have Sydney. Now, I see a couple people leaving them out of the 8. I don't think they will miss out on the 8, but I think I think they won't finish like top 4 or anything like that. I've got them in 8th. The grand final effect where you get thumped, I don't think it will happen for them, but I do believe they will finish pretty low in the top 8. In 7th, I have Port Adelaide. I think they have a pretty good list, a good mix of young players and mature players. So I think they should be able to do pretty well this year. I like the Powers players. They have some very nice talent, so I do think that the Power can be a very threatening team this year in 2023. In 6th, I have the Blues. Now, just missing out on the 8 last year to Collingwood. I think that they should have a very, very good season. I think they've got one of the best midfields in their comp, probably the second best, I reckon, behind Melbourne. So, Carlton, they should be in for a ripping year. I love their game style. They play pretty well, so I think they should be in for a good year. Let's just hope that they don't beat Collingwood, though. Then in 5th, I have Richmond, obviously having probably the best trade period out of all the clubs. People are really talking them up, but I don't think they're going to be as good as what some people are saying. But 5th, I think, is the most appropriate position for them. Nothing too high, but also nothing too low. So I think Richmond should probably finish 5th. They should be a good team this year and a tough team to beat. In 4th, I think my top 4 is the exact same as last year's, except for the order. But I've got Brisbane in 4th. Now, I see a lot of people putting them in 1st. I feel like people are overrating Brisbane a little bit, but they should still make the top 4. They have a great list. They're a good side. I did say that Dane Zorko is no longer the captain, which is very good. I hate him. So, Brisbane should be 4th in my opinion. In 3rd, I have my mighty Collingwood Magpies. Some say we overachieved last year, which is probably true. We did get a couple of lucky wins, but we have one of the best lists in the comp, probably the best coach in the comp, and I really think that us, the Collingwood Magpies, can cause a lot of damage this year. So I've put us in 3rd, and hopefully we can also strive for a premiership. In 2nd, I have Geelong, obviously the premiers of 2022. You don't usually see a team finish 1st and then 1st again the next year, so I haven't put them in 1st, I've put them in 2nd. But yeah, Geelong should have another outstanding year, as they usually do. It leaves no other than the Melbourne Demons. I think they should have a great year. I reckon they've got the best midfield in the comp. Gawn and Grundy, they're 2 rucks, arguably the best rucks in the comp. Then you've got Clary, Viney, Track, and all these other players, Ed Langdon, all these great players, all these superstars coming through your midfield. So they're going to be a very, very tough team to beat this year, Melbourne. And I think they could be back into their 2021 form, which would be outstanding to see. Now we'll go to the Brownlow. Now this is a bit of a different one. I don't reckon I've seen anyone go for this person, but I've got the Marcus Bontempelli, the Bond. I've gone with the Bond. I feel like he's going to have an outstanding season, back to his 2021 performances. I reckon he'll have an outstanding season and poll very well for the Brownlow. I reckon if he doesn't win it, it will be between Christian Petrarca. He looks like an absolute beast this year. So, yeah, so I've got Bond for the Brownlow, which is a bit different of a call. Rising Star, I've gone with pick number 1, Aaron Cadman. I feel like he can bargain a lot of goals for the Giants this year. Obviously, the Giants, they won't be a great team, and they don't have the best forward line. They have a decent forward line, but not the best. So I think Aaron Cadman should be getting games, and I reckon he can win the Rising Star. Then the Premiers. The Premiers, I've gone with the Melbourne Demons. Great list, as I mentioned before, probably the best midfield in the comp. Great defence as well. Great forward line. Great everything in the Ds. Great coach. So I think that the Melbourne Demons should win the premiership this year. If not, probably taking my boys, to be honest. Norm Smith, I've got Christian Petrarca. He's going to win some award this year, and I've gone with the Norm Smith for him to win. So, yeah, that is my season predictions, guys. Let me know what you think. You might hate it, you might love it, but that is it. I will also do one for Squiggle, but yeah, so like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.